Welcome to this edition of BizFocus. I'm Junfeng. China is known as a world manufacturing hub, but what is not known to many is that the country is embarking on an intelligence transformation and digitalization path, especially in the fields such as automation. In 2021, a number of industrial robots in China grew by over 44%, setting a new record and accounting for half of the global total. Since 2015, the robotic industry density in China rose from 50 to around 250 robots per 10,000 workers, and that number is expected to reach 500 by 2026. This transformation will only accelerate as robots are getting more intelligent, capable, and easier to operate. Watch how I interacted with a robot at an ABB plant in Xiamen. BizFocus, feeling China's economic pulse. I'm Zheng Junfeng at ABB plant in Xiamen. In industrialization, electricity or power is central in this whole process. Look at these circuit breakers. They're very important management tools in those electricity use in industrial centers, in infrastructure, in homes, in office buildings. All these facilities now can be made through automation, further reducing energy consumption and raise energy efficiency. Let me show you how.
Meet the gentle monster. It's gentle as it can handle the smallest screws. It's a monster as it can lift huge metal structures effortlessly. It's agile as it can move in every direction and with exceptional accuracy. It's also smart, constantly learning by taking photos of panel layouts to improve its assembly efficiency.
I try to understand how this works. Imagine this is a computer masterboard and you're putting CPUs and all these equipment and parts on it. What this robotic arm does is very similar, putting different parts and wires on this circuit breaker or switch gear that could normally take 4 to 5 workers to work for hours.
After extensive testing and programming, engineers have designed a fully automated system that is capable of assembling customized products with just a push of a button.
Now I've been given the honor to launch this robotic arm to let it work on the next stage. Oops. Has it started? Oh, it has started.
According to an executive at ABB, the technology upgrades of automation in manufacturing are limitless. The only limits are those we set ourselves.
In the past, we used robots mostly for automotive or in mobile phone assembly, but today we can combine it. We're doing some of the small integration and assembly, but also putting that into bigger units and sort of switchgear, as we talked about, that can be the size of a car. This combination of technologies together with digital, that we are able to do things from remote and being able then to show customers and show them opportunities without being in the need of travel. All of this together gives that opportunity of, using automation for even more innovation.
With this equipment, the ABB factory in Xiamen can raise its productivity by 50%, reduce its floor occupied by 31%, and reduce its default problems by 30%. It's just so much better with artificial intelligence, with robotics, with Internet of Things. And this is a trend China is trying to boost through its total manufacturing industry. China is leading in the world in intelligence and digital manufacturing. According to the World Economic Forum's Lighthouse Initiative, China has more advanced factories than any other economies in the world, with 50 lighthouse factories out of the world's total of 132. China's complete industrial chain, business-friendly policies, and hard-working local talents are helping these countries to flourish in the country. And I recently visited a Mondelez factory in Suzhou to see how a lighthouse factory makes Oreo biscuits.
You could hardly find workers in the world's most advanced biscuit factory. To understand how it works, I asked an engineer to show me how Oreo biscuits are manufactured with a fully automated system. Step 1. Materials such as wheat flour are brought in by automated guided vehicles or AGVs. The sensors on these vehicles ensure they can follow programmed routes. Step 2. The filling is put in the production line. Sensors will tell the system when the filling is running out and needs a refill. Step 3. The filling is squeezed onto already baked cookies to make sandwiches. What a clever process design, and look how fast they work. Step 4. The finished biscuits are blown dry and put in order. Robot arms pick random samples to measure their weights, which should be almost the same. Step 5. The biscuits are sealed in bags, put in small boxes, and packed into bigger boxes in a fully automated belt line. Everything is done by robots.
By employing artificial intelligence, 3D printing, digital twins, Internet of Things, automatic guided vehicles, and other advanced technologies, the Mondelez factory in Suzhou on-time delivery rate has improved by 18%, while lead times have come down by 32%. Use of high-end technologies has helped the company improve its market share from 23% to 28%.
During the upgrade to a lighthouse factory, we greatly improved operation efficiency, product quality, and employee skills, as well as their income.
Tell us the significance of upgrading your Suzhou factory to a global lighthouse network factory.
Overall, we've invested 350 million RMB over the past 5 years. And as a consequence of those investments, we're able to drive product quality, productivity, our sustainability, and our supply chain resilience.
The Mondelez factory is the third WEF lighthouse factory so far in the Suzhou Industrial Park after Bosch and AU Optronics. A director of the park says intelligent transformation and digitalization is a top priority for the industrial park.
Our industrial park has many global manufacturers such as Bosch and AU Optronics that are leaders in intelligent transformation and digitalization. We encourage them to share their experiences with small and medium-sized companies to boost the overall technology levels of manufacturing industry in Suzhou.
Now let's get more on the ongoing digitalization and automation efforts in China with our reporter Zheng Junfeng in the studio with me. So Junfeng, first give us a summary of your experiences in these highly automated factories. What was it like?
It's just mind-blowing. It's very refreshing, a learning experience to learn that how many stuff in our daily life have been now totally manufactured by robots without any intervention with human repetitive labors. Yeah. Imagine how many hours of repetitive labor can be, saved from this, and people can use all the time to do other innovative work, and it's so clean. It's been noisy in some places, but the engineers would take shifts.
Right, so and consistent, right?
Yes,
all
very
the products
consistent.
Are very consistent.
Very consistent, very safe, and these engineers just keep pushing forward the edge of the technology, so the know-how, so how the details are incorporated in all these manufacturing keep being updated. You're actually seeing two ways of making products. One is the belt line. The products are finished at different stages along the line with different machines. The other is a singled out area when automatic arms, a group of them work together to finish a huge product.
So you don't even need people to stir anymore. Everything is automatic, robot arms.
You just put in a frame, then all the parts were assembled by one or two arms.
But there's also some negative impacts, for example, on these repetitive workers' careers, right? How is it impacting the workforce?
Of course,
and all these
you have to
jobs?
take care of the benefits of the workers, because on one hand you think that these factories with automation do not need so many workers anymore. It's true that many workers being made redundant, about 20, even to 80% of them have been made redundant. But the rest of them who can stay have been upgraded to engineers. They engage with the machines. They do not need to really do the repetitive, painful work for hours, without really learning anything. But now they are operators of machines. They are operators of all these engineers, programmed softwares, which are very good learning experiences for them. And their income have been totally improved. And the rest of them, I think they can totally go to other jobs with more innovation, with more designs. It saves people repetitive labor. I think it's a good thing in the long run.
Yeah, and a lot of retraining needs to be done for them to acquire other skills and do more innovative works, I guess.
That's of course the challenge for the whole manufacturing industry.
And speaking of future prospects, are you seeing a more accelerated change in this whole automation process?
Of course, totally accelerating. As mentioned by ABB research, saying that China's robot density is improving very fast in the world, probably one of the fastest economy with increasing industrial robot density, but it's still lagging behind many developed economies like G7 economies, meaning that there's so much room to grow in automation in China. We talked like China is leading the world in these intelligence transformation, digitalization, but actually that only happens in about 20% of its manufacturing capacity. 80% of manufacturing in China is still very dense in labor power, in traditional manufacturing process that needs lots of injection of both capital, talent, training, and local policy support.
So still a lot of room to grow.
Of
so
course.
What do you think are some of the measures are now in place to support the transformation? What's still needed to be done?
I just mentioned a little bit. The government report is definitely needed. Also, there should be schemes where big companies with technology edges can help less developed companies, not necessarily in the same industry with competition problems, but also maybe the whole industry, like Suzhou Industrial Park has been pushing, asking those companies with global leadership in technology to help local small and medium-sized companies to acquire the know-how to innovate in their own technology area that has no contradiction or collision with those foreign companies. So it lifts the whole industrial capability of the area.
Great, thank you so much. Great insights. Seems like really fun to visit these factories too,
definitely.
right?
You should do that.
Yeah, I'll probably go check it out sometime.